Hey guys, hi, wishing you a very great afternoon, guys, to everyone who's watching. So, guys, welcome back to my channel. It's like I'm your host, Chintamani, and I'm truly delighted to welcome you guys back to my channel, and to my new series of cognizance awareness creating videos. So, guys, this is an afternoon, in Agglomeration, Mumbai, and it's like I recently spoke about the elements of the town planning, and multiple facets of the town planning, or the infrastructure development and land reclamation so far, and even the lab grown meat, and even regarding the public facilitations of the public facilitations in the domestic sector or in the public domain about a drinking water facility or an mobile charging station. So, guys, today, I'm really honored, to present you to my topic, which is basically the amalgamation of the land reclamation and the town planning, and which even obviously it even involves the inclusion of the tram topic, about the urgent exigency and necessity, to offer a facilitation of this tram line, in India. So therefore, guys, as I begin with my topic, guys, it's like what I mean to say is, guys, my cardinal intent, with making all these videos is, guys, to create a sense of awareness, or a sense of cognizance, in the minds, or in the in the minds and in the perception of the viewers and all the young people, who are viewing it right now. So, guys, by making all these videos, I really, want to ensure that, my people, my citizens, or my nation, or my fellow citizens are, really getting the information, or, are staying updated, or, are truly staying informed, or truly alert and aware about all the situations, or all the circumstances, or all the difficulties, which we are facing. And, guys, being an Indian, it's our fundamental duty, as I have said. And the reason why I'm saying repetitively is because it should be truly resolute and truly in a steadfast, or truly what we call conclusive manner, such as to offer an addressal of these things. But it's like, guys, because many of the viewers aren't really consistent in watching these things. So for their benefit, guys, I am, covering all the parts, which those people might have missed, from the previous videos, if in case they haven't seen any previous videos of this channel. So, guys, therefore I truly, I'm feeling honored, to welcome you guys, back to my channel and to my today's topic about land reclamation and the facets of town planning and tram institutionalization. So, guys, as I've already explained, the thing is that, guys, as in these vibrant neighborhoods and vibrant agglomerations like Agglomeration, Mumbai, and Delhi, it's like, as you can see, your common life or your day-to-day life, really seems to be sort of confined, and certain regional confinement, with which we are bound, and which is basically the regional boundary of Agglomeration Mumbai, or regional boundary of Agglomeration Delhi, or even about Agglomeration Kolkata, or Agglomeration Chennai, or Agglomeration Bangalore. So, guys, therefore, what I mean to say is that obviously, everyone, or any of you, or any of your family member, or any of the states, or of our statesmen or civilians, would truly, would have, witnessed this particular difficulty, or this particular complication of, lack of space, or lack of ample amount of region, or property, which is present. So therefore, guys, in that particular regard, I need to say that, guys, if you know that in all these regions like Agglomeration Mumbai, which is truly, what we call, which is truly accumulated a great mass of people and great mass of industries, and even lots of units and workshops, and lots of communities, and lots of constructions, and lots of architectural marvels and all. So, guys, basically, this city, has literally become an urbanized center, or a great financial hub, as it already was. But, guys, the thing is that with the growing expansion and with the growing proliferation and the propagation of this particular city, in pursuit of pursuit of modernizing the constructions, or in pursuit of deforestation of the land, or of the deforestation of the vegetative natural habitats, or even the countryside, such as to construct megastructures, such as to offer urbanization, or such as to offer metropolitanizing of the city. We have truly witnessed a great lack of space and great lack of region, or great lack of extent or boundary. And therefore, guys, what I would like to say is that because all these things are truly prevalent here in agglomeration Mumbai and agglomeration Delhi, it's like there isn't any sort of any possibility expanding in a city, with on due consent, or with sort of parliamentary approval, or sort of in parliamentary symbiosis, with the other neighboring states or other neighboring agglomerations. And guys, even if it tends to happen, or even if it's happening, then the thing is that, guys, there is essentially an element of what we call lack of space, or sort of lacking in the geographic extent, between those two states, or between those two agglomerations. So therefore, guys, in order to counter this, what we truly need to execute, or need to think about, or it should be really decisive enough, in order to offer ruminative cogitation, or truly what we call celebration of these ideas, and which are basically about the land reclamation. So guys, when you talk about land reclamation, it's like land reclamation is truly simple. It's the meaning of it is truly, if I have to state it in a perfunctory manner, such as to offer elucidation. So land reclamation is basically, guys, the increasing of the landmass, or increasing of the geographic extent or urban area, by the process of actually, synthesizing an artificial land, and which is basically, created through the from the air assistance of the modus operandi of or the sort of procedural approach of actually opting for the creation or rather than collection of rocks, and sand gravel particles, and the collection and the accumulation or the deposits of that sand gravel particles on those rocks, or on those sedimentary rocks, can actually offer creating a piece of land, and which can then be planarized, such as to make it truly coplanar, and then it is really it's really worth of habitating. So guys, therefore what I mean to say is that this is the conventional, or rather, simplistic definition of the phraseology or terminology land reclamation. But guys, the reason is that land reclamation, as it might seem, sort of enigmatic or abstruse, for many of the viewers, or for many of you guys, to understand it. But guys, it has truly become a cardinal necessity, or rather a preponderant exigency nowadays, And it's because, guys, the thing is that nowadays, with the growing urbanization extent, or with the growing increase, or with the surplus proliferation of the cities and the areas, or the neighborhoods, or the megalopolis, or the rural towns and all, lots of the what we call the countryside, or the actual geographic region of the country is really getting consumed into the urban sprawl or something. So therefore, guys, in order to actually tackle that problem or eliminate it, this particular land reclamation principle, needs to be truly, institutionalized, and it truly needs to be executed. And therefore, what I mean to say is that, guys, with the aid and assistance of this land reclamation, we can offer, creation and synthesization, or rather cultivation of absolutely new land, which is to be basically built in the oceans or the water bases. So, guys, taking into consideration the agglomeration Chennai, or agglomeration Vishakhapatnam, or even agglomeration Thiruvananthapuram, or agglomeration Mumbai, which happen to be all the coastal cities, on the peninsular region of India. So therefore, guys, Mumbai and Chennai and all those cities, truly have a great advantage of all the ocean, or of all the marine area, which lies in the vicinity of that megalopolis or agglomeration. So therefore, guys, the thing is that into that particular ocean base, this land reclamation principle, can be executed, or rather being instituted, by actually, opting to, create an artificial piece of land, or, by synthesizing that piece of land, in the water or in the ocean, and then actually, making it, basically, obviously, with the help of the techno-scientific expertise and civil engineering, this land reclamation principle, can truly be executed, or truly be implemented, and which can truly help us, in having that space, or having a great amount of space, which we can use, or such that the citizens or the statesmen or the bystanders, or the what we call the civilians, or the localites of this country, or of all these states or agglomerations which I mentioned, or anyone, can truly, have that great convenience of, having a great city, and, in which there isn't really an element of congestion, or element of, lack of space, or element of scantiness or scantiness or underfalling short supplying of space. So therefore, guys, this particular land reclamation principle, can be if it's institutionalized, which has already happened in the countries like United Arab Emirates, for the Palm Jumeirah, and in the ancient or medieval times, for Venice, in Italy, Venice is in the city of canals. So, guys, that entire city, is created, with the somewhat, by the aid and assistance, or the applicability, or the implementation of the land reclamation principle, and those ancient Italians, or those ancient community groups, who happen to be the residents of that region, truly, had constituted great efforts, such as for the cultivation of that area. And therefore, guys, what I mean to say is that with all the sets of problems, in our country, this particular principle of land reclamation, really seems to be a sort of a solution, or really seems to be a resolution to all those problems, And as you know, guys, obviously, we really, are amongst are really the fastest growing economies, are amongst the fastest growing economies in the world. I'm talking about the nation of India. But guys, in a great country like this, in the metropolitan sector, or in the public domain, for the people, who are living in all these neighborhoods, or all these agglomerations, it's like they truly encounter, or they truly witness these problems, about lack or scantiness, or undersupply or deficiency of the space, or of the ample amount of geographic extent, which is absent in the neighborhoods. So therefore, guys, in order to counter these problems, or in order to eliminate this by, truly opting for a resolution to all these problems, and these circumstances, or these issues, this land reclamation principle, really seems to be truly, truly pioneering, and, epoch-making and seminal, groundbreaking concept or conceptualization, in the modern era and modern world. And therefore, guys, what I mean to say is that with the implementation of this particular land reclamation, in the vicinity of this agglomeration, Mumbai, just besides that particular Juhu, or in those regions of southern Bombay, or the Cuff Parade, or the Kolaba and all, we can actually opt for making of those areas, and stimulation and sort of synthesization of the artificial neighborhoods, and artificial areas, which are made and constituted with with the implementation, or with the applicability of the land reclamation principle. So, guys, this really happens to be a subset of civil engineering, and even some more, it's in synonymity, not exactly in synonymity, but it is truly that necessary or prudent, or it has a great cardinal exigency, as comparable to town planning and the granting of those public facilitations, such as the presence of a domestic water booth or a drinking water facility, potable water, domestic mobile charging station, domestic domestic shade protection system, which can actually protect you from the shade. I'm sorry, which can actually protect you from the, from the sunlight, because we live in India and where it's really hot into multiple regions. Obviously, if you belong to Jammu Kashmir or to the great far-flung northern areas of the North Upper India, then that isn't really the case. But guys, still, but these things, this is basically in the essence, which I was mentioning. But guys, basically, what I mean to say is that this particular land reclamation principle, it truly happens to be a preponderant necessity, of and vibrant, fast-growing economy like India. So, guys, therefore, my cardinal point or address, to you viewers is that, guys, these this was a thing, which I really, had to, offer promulgation or dissemination, in front of the audience. Such as to, create a sense of awareness or improvisation of the domestic perception or the popular perception of the people, and sense of realization, to the people as to what problems and what circumstances or what complications or what what sort of issues people are facing or our country is facing. And therefore, guys, what I would like to say here is that this particular addresses or these all videos are made with the intent of providence of this information, or as I said, creating a motion of cognizance and awareness. So therefore, guys, in the social circle or in the public domain, the people or the civilians and the statesmen of this great country, should truly, will should look into these subjects, or should literally really probe about the situations, or offer and formalize discussion with their peers, and would and should and, actually constitute an helping hand, for our country, because guys, ultimately, we are the citizens of our country, and obviously, it's our role and responsibility, to really, constitute those efforts and constitute those senses or those acts of statesmanship and patriotic, what we call patriotic work, which needs to be done for the country, for the upliftment and for the betterment and the modificance and the welfare of our country, India. And therefore, guys, as I said, it's our fundamental duty, and to all the people, who are watching this apparently, would should truly, should stand and should think about it, and should truly, have a great formalized discussion, with their friends and peers, and definitely, that was my cardinal address. And guys, what I would like to say is that if you really like this videos or all this content and all, which is promulgated over the YouTube, truly subscribe it, or turn on hit the bell button, so that you don't miss any updates. And please do let me know, your comments, or your feedback about me, in the comments below. And that's what is my cardinal address to you. And guys, that sense of statesmanship and that patriotic responsibility towards the country, should be the act of nationalism, or should be the act of nationalistic pride, by us Indians to our country. That was obviously, that was the main cardinal motive of our Sri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So I offer a great grand salutation to great Sri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the great emperor, and Sri Mahara Pratap and Sri Rani Lakshmi Bai and Chandragupta Maurya. So guys, with which I would like to conclude. And please do watch these videos, guys, till end, because such that you really understand, such that you really get to know these things, in a comprehensive manner. And therefore, guys, what I would like to say now is that these things are, truly intended for, creating that sense of cognizance or that sense of awareness. So please do watch it till end, and please share it if you like it. Please do subscribe it, and please I would be updating you guys, every day, as far as it's possible, because guys, even it's really hard for me, to make these videos, and apart from my, between my schedule, because I'm in the middle of my studies and my engineering, as I have already said. So that's what I'll be truly entertaining you guys, and would like, and I would offer providence of all this sort of information, and I would be really updating you, and will be really helping you, with all these things, such as to stay aware and alert. So that's what was my cardinal address to you, and that's what, and with which I would like to conclude, and I'll truly get back to you in a following video, for following video some other time, or probably today, about town planning, about the facets of town planning, about the in vitro meat, lab grown meat, about the public facilities of domestic water, domestic potable drinking water facility, domestic charging booth, phone charging booth, domestic electronic vending machine, domestic general store, domestic automated teller machine, gas station, and even that shade, that particular that particular sunlight protection systems and all, so that's what is my address. And please guys, this is our responsibility, so therefore we should have we should be exercise we should be good enough, to exercise our sense of patriotic nationalism, or our sense of statesmanship, to our great country. And again, truly welcome all the viewers, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their nationality, irrespective of their ethnicity. Everyone, Americans, Britishers, Europeans, Japanese, Chinese, everyone are truly welcome here at my channel. And with which I would like to conclude, and obviously, the global friendship and the global cooperation and the international affairs are our great goal. That's what, guys, and see you guys, and Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Vande Mataram, Shri. Oh, see you guys. Om Namah Shivaya. Bye.